For Everyone by Jason Reynolds. Read by everyone at Frontier Middle School.
Dear Dreamer, this letter is being written from a place of raw honesty and love, but not at all a place of expertise on how to make your dreams come true.
I don't know nothing about that.
I haven't gone through it all and come out on the other side, pinned with a blue ribbon, draped in a victor's sash, or dollar bills, or even unshakable happiness.
In fact, I have yet to see my own dreams made tangible.
This letter is being written from the inside.
From the front line and the fault line, from the uncertain, thick of it all, from a man with a straight line mouth and an ego with a slow leak.
From a man doing it the only way he knows how, splitting his cries and his smiles right down the middle, swallowing his moonshine mistakes. While in the sunlight his sweat irrigates his life, and the life he, like you, has been tilling, hoping there's a harvest coming.
16, I thought I would have made it by now. At 18, I said 25 is when I'd make my first million. At 25, I moved back in with my mother, bill collectors breathing on me like the Brooklyn summer.
And now at almost 28, I'm just almost 28.
So I got no answers.
The truth is our dreams could be as far away as forever or as close as lunchtime. Tomorrow you could wake up and read this letter on a billboard, or you could wake up and have forgotten who wrote it.
It all just depends. Some say on skill, some say on will, some say on luck, some say on buck, some say on race, some say on face. Some say on Sunday, God got a mighty, mighty plan. Nobody really knows what it depends on, but everybody knows it depends.
So I went out and bought all the books on all the ways to make dreams come true, laying out the how-to, somehow spinning life into a fantastic formula for dummies, and dream chasers written by experts and dream catchers.
Who swear that I can +1, and right foot, left foot my way into fulfillment, never taking into consideration all the mistakes I got strapped to my back, and my head, and my legs, and my heart.
And the books didn't bandage my flattened flat feet, swollen from this journey. The pages didn't spin, nor could they be eaten to ease the hunger.
Though I could curl up with one, I couldn't curl up on one and get a decent rest or a respite from the hunt. Useless.
I thought about burning this. At least I could use the firelight for this long and often dark road.
One thing I am now certain of is that this road less traveled has in fact been traveled by more suckers than you think.
All of us out here slump over wearing weird, fake, broken smiles, trying to avoid the truth.
That we all got road rage.
We are a bunch of exhausted stragglers, exalted strugglers, disciples of the dreamers who came before us, students of a different Bible, reading the book of the City of Angels and the Big Apple, an orange house in New Orleans, a cheap barren flat above a bistro in Paris. We are led by the Moses in our minds to the promised lands in our hearts we know is real.
At 16, I thought I would have made it by now.
Now I'm making up what making it means as I go.
But this letter is not about making it, because I don't know nothing about that. I don't know nothing about that at all.
What I do know is how it feels.
How it feels when that spirit thing won't stop raking the metal mug across your ribcage, clanging like a machine gun fired at a church bell, vibrating everything irreverent inside. Sounds like a prison revolt that only you can hear and feel.
And nasty things are being said about the prison guard, that scared, controlling, oppressive part of you and everyone else.
If you are anything like me, you hope it never stops. You hope the bubbling never dies down, and the yearning to break out and break through never simmers.
You hope the voice that delivers the loudest whispers of what you envision never silences.
That it never cowers behind fear and expectations that other people strap to your life like a backpack full of bricks or books written by experts.
Because if it did, if it disappeared,
If the voices vanished and you were no longer overtaken by the taunts of your own potential, no longer blinded by a perfect vision of your purpose, no longer engorged with passion, what would happen?
Well, I guess nothing. And I guess there is nothing scarier than nothing.
Even when nothing seems to be going right, or nothing seems to be going right.
I'd rather be bothered by the loud knocking on the door inside, even though I answered years ago, the knocking continues.
I'd rather my appetite be whet by a teaspoon of almost there every now and then.
I'd rather suffer from internal eczema, constantly irritated by the itch of possibility.
There have been many anxious nights where darkness has slept around me, my friends cocooned in a coziness I have yet to meet.
My eyes swollen with exhaustion, my body sputtering on its way down, but my dreams won't stop crying, screaming like a colicky infant. Sometimes I think it needs to be changed.
Usually it just needs to be fed.
So I feed it everything I have, and it feeds me everything I have.
Though the struggle is always made to sound admirable and poetic, the thumping uncertainty is still there.
I know my dream is as real as my hands.
But I grip tight a short leash with insecurities tied to the end, wagging along behind me.
If you're like me, you've struggled trying to stomp out the flame of doubt and fear. The warmth and comfort, always enticing and familiar, though venomous and life-extinguishing.
I know people who have burned. A burn so violent, it can't be categorized by any numbered degree.
I know people who have burned from foot to torso emotionally. Legs of passion turned to soot.
Yet no matter how hard I've tried to escape it, to kill the deceptive heat dancing like a devil's tongue, to douse it with all the will and faith I can muster, I know a tiny ember always glows beneath the brush.
It whispers to me only when I step to the edge of excellence.
My toes clawing the cliff, my mind already airborne. It whispers to me that I don't have wings.
That I don't have a shot.
I don't have a clue.
But to me, I don't have a choice, so I jump anyway.
Dreamer, if you are like me, you jump anyway.
This letter isn't for any specific kind of dreams. It isn't intended for a certain genre, medium, trade, or denomination.
It is only intended for the courageous. Maybe you're a dancer moving to the sound of your own future.
Or a musician banging, strumming, bowing, plucking.
Blowing into, creating soundtracks for dream trains, chugging along through thick night.
Or a painter spilling and splattering confessions across the face of stretched canvas.
Or an actor praying at the altar of your alter ego.
Or a photographer, finger on the button like a quick draw cowboy, shooting not to kill anyone, but to preserve forever.
Or maybe even a writer for some strange reason, writing expert books, pages of good intention and rah-rah, and fantasy and sometimes truth. Or maybe even letters to people you don't know but do know you love.
Or maybe you aren't an artist at all.
Dreams aren't reserved for the creatives.
Maybe you're an athlete.
A gladiator hoping for a shot at the lion.
Maybe you're 18 and you plan to make your first million by 25. It's not impossible.
Or maybe you're 18 and plan to make it to 21. It's not impossible, nor is 22, 23, 24.
At 25, I moved back in with my mother and found out she loved to teach little kids and bake and help the needy. Her passion made plain. Her dream made real after 40 years a week behind a desk. You might be 50 and think it's too late.
Jump anyway.
Dreams don't have timelines, deadlines, and aren't always in straight lines.
Jump anyway!
Maybe your dream is to have a family, to wear corny t-shirts and hold up signs and be the cameraman at the little one's games.
To kiss your child on the head and heart. selflessly fertilizing his or her passion. Stay awake with them when the dream is crying like a colicky infant. Help them feed it, and before sleep, do your best to smother that tiny ember of doubt and fear that glows beneath the brush.
This letter is for us all.
The awkward angels with crooked halos and second-hand wings. The irresponsible and curious fire-bellied babies.
The deformed with hearts on the outside and ears on the inside. The squares who use 9 to 5 cubes for the real work.
For the rebel children, the wild ones, the long shots, the bad-mouthed, the side-eyed, the terribly, terribly, terribly envied secretly.
For those who bear the cross of 2 perpendicular planks of passion, find life is best when nailed to it.
For the jumpers.
For the jumpers.
For the jumpers.
This letter is for us all, to remind us that we are many.
That we are right for trying.
Purpose is real, that making it is possible.
But this letter is not about making it, because I don't know nothing about that.
I don't know nothing about that at all.
Besides, I'm not sure making it even matters so much.
When it comes to my dream, the way I like to describe it is that it's a rabid beast that found me when I was young.
It bit me and infected me, but before I could catch it, it shot off into the darkness. Now I spend my life searching for it, hunting it down.
I know I'm on its trail. I can smell it. I can hear it. Sometimes I think I can even see it.
Either way, I know I'm on the right track. My nose to the dirt, foaming at the spirit. I look under heavy stones, behind massive trees, deep and dark caves, and I will keep looking until I find that beast, the thing that bit me when I was young.
The truth is, finding that beast may or may not happen, but the treasures I've discovered under the heavy stones and behind the massive trees and deep in the dark caves have created the hunter and the human that I am.
Dream is the mole behind your ear, that chip in your front tooth, your freckles.
It's the thing that makes you special, but not the thing that makes you great. The courage in trying, the passion in living, and the acknowledgement and appreciation of the beauty happening around you does that.
Dreamer, I am not fit to say much more, because I don't know much more than that.
If you do, please write back. If not, please accept this as just a few words of encouragement.
And if this letter means nothing to you, if it's just more pointless weight added to an already heavy life,
feel free to burn it and use it for firewood for this long and often dark road.
But if you somehow find truth, comfort, or anything at all within this ramble, keep it close and use it for firelight for this long and often dark road. Thank you.